It's been the case for centuries. Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, "The only constant is change." And even more true today, every second, every minute, and every hour, the world continues to evolve. The integration of new information and knowledge, and the distance and speed at which it's shared, is creating a highly complex global marketplace in which we live and work. Recently, a worldwide economic crisis took centre stage. As a result, organisational governance and issues of accountability are making news headlines. And more than ever before, business leaders and stakeholders are recognising that professional internal auditing is a critical cornerstone of governance and key to success in this modern world's dynamic business environment. Gunther Meggeneder, chairman of the board of the Institute of Internal Auditors, believes that as this change is inevitable, internal auditors have an enormous opportunity to effect change and shape the future. Inherent in his role as the IIA's 2010-2011 chairman and official spokesperson, he will advocate for the highest level of internal audit professionalism and share his message of how internal auditors can shape the future of their profession, their organizations, and the business environment globally.
The internal audit profession is at a crossroads. I believe that we have to be prepared to roll up our sleeves and shape the future. We have to demonstrate what role we can play in keeping and putting business back on track. A rapidly changing business environment has a significant impact on stakeholders' expectations. For example, during the financial crisis, top managers and board members have been shocked by the impact of risks they did not have on their screen. Now they want more assurance that surprises like that don't occur anymore. They want to sleep well at night. Changing stakeholder expectations lead to the demand for more internal audit staff, enhanced competencies and business experience. But situations like the financial crisis also led to cost cutting, and internal auditing was not spared. These challenges are requiring more efficient internal audit procedures. Both focus on risk and cost containment are opportunities for internal auditing. To seize those opportunities, we must offer effective, risk-oriented internal audit services. Internal auditors need to be more competent. They need to have insight into the operations of their business. They must have confidence to create solutions beyond the expectations of their stakeholders. I think they must be as good as chess players, always 4 moves ahead. Assurance, insight and objectivity. These words are very core to our profession. We have traditional assurance, like compliance with laws and regulations, and safeguarding assets. But in the future, assurance also has to be related to the achievement of strategic objectives and the prevention of surprises. To provide enhanced assurance, we must have insight, as insight gives us the ability to speak and understand business language. Insight allows us to find solutions for clients that are practical and acceptable to all. And finally, objectivity enables us to look at an entire business process with fresh eyes. We must be able to step back far enough to make unbiased recommendations for improvement. I believe that internal auditing is a cornerstone of good governance. It is increasingly important to go beyond financial reporting transparency. Internal audit has an obligation to assure sustainability and advise organizations in setting goals with long-term perspectives for environment, society and economy. Internal audit plays a vital role in helping to set parameters of ethical behavior and making them visible throughout the organization. Maybe it sounds old-fashioned, but I believe internal audit should to some extent be the conscience of an organization. Internal auditors today and tomorrow must be willing to sharpen their abilities to adapt to the changing business environment. They must have insight into strategy, goals, procedures and processes. They must communicate well and coordinate various areas of the organization and be sensitive to different cultures and work styles. Internal audit cannot live up to its full definition unless it is embedded into the top levels of the organization. Internal auditors must have good ideas and skills to communicate them in a way that their organization realizes that these recommendations will improve the effectiveness of governance, risk and control.
A seasoned practitioner and active member of the IIA since 1998, Gunther Meggeneder understands firsthand the value of IIA membership. He attributes much of his success to his involvement with an association acknowledged worldwide as the internal audit profession's global voice and advocate, recognised authority, principal educator and trustworthy standard-setting body. He attributes internal audit competency to having an in-depth knowledge of the standards of the profession and an understanding of how to best apply them in everyday practice. The IIA's International Standards for the Professional Practice of Internal Auditing set the bar for internal audit professionalism and are internal auditing's common language all around the world. They form the foundation of the profession's International Professional Practices Framework, as well as the basis of the Certified Internal Auditor designation.
Every day it is more and more important to be recognized as a competent internal auditor. And one way to demonstrate professionalism is to be a certified internal auditor. And it's also critical to stay abreast of improvements and current developments in internal auditing through continuing professional education. The future of internal auditing is challenging, and the IIA has a major role to play in shaping the profession. The Institute of Internal Auditors is a facilitator of good ideas, solutions, and answers to your questions. The IIA provides a platform to discuss important issues globally. We have members in 165 countries and chapters and institutes in 115. They are the first point of contact to find answers to local questions. But globalization leads to international challenges and therefore a need for global discussions and solutions. There are so many ways for internal auditors to leverage resources of the IIA to enhance professionalism, quality and competency. The IIA offers many opportunities for an internal auditor on local and on global level. Networking, conferences and seminars, books, discussion forums, webinars and much more. Being part of the IIA was and still is the foundation of my success as an internal auditor. It has enabled me to meet peers on local and international levels and talk with them about ways to add value to our organizations. It has provided opportunities to enhance my professionalism by taking advantage of services from my local and global institute. It has been a great experience to be part of an organization that lives its mission, progress, through sharing. It is all of this which will enable us to shape the future. We shape the future by working together globally to meet expectations of stakeholders, organizations and society. We shape the future of our profession by living a risk-centric approach and leveraging technology. We shape the future of our organizations by providing value-added assurance and consulting activities and demonstrating that internal audit is critical to success. And we shape the future of the business environment by making governance, risk and control systems strong and effective. If we collectively shape the future in a positive way, it will be an advantage for us as a profession, for our organizations and for the business environment. So, let us begin.
Gunther Meggeneder, 2010-2011 IIA Chairman of the Board. Shape the future.